Welcome to the inner world of Orange. Today I'm going to talk about the true hero's quest. The hero's quest is a very, very popular storyline. It's everywhere. Hollywood loves it, and everybody loves it, right? Because it gives you this uplifting message of someone who starts off being very naive, very innocent, not knowing very much, going through this journey not necessarily of their own choosing, facing obstacles that they would probably have not chosen to face, but they go through it because of the idea that there is something that they are looking for. And after a long journey, with battles against dragons and monsters and what have you, which is a metaphor for, mostly what's inside of us, they come back a hero. So it's a great story. A hero's quest in its true form is a very noble undertaking because there's a innate invitation for transformation, and that when a person is open to that, they ought to be already congratulated. They should maybe at the same time also be reminded, especially if they're young and sure of themselves, that transformation means unpredictability. It doesn't mean you're going to get what you think you're going to get. Because if it did, then your mind is exactly the same mind as it used to be, what has been transformed. The popular image of the hero's quest lacks the element of doubt. And there's a very good reason for that, because doubt is threatening and uncomfortable, and yet totally necessary. And if we're mature about it, we would say to people that yes, you're gonna go on a journey, you're gonna slay some dragons, hopefully, and you're gonna come back with a prize. But I don't know which dragons, and I don't know what prize, and I don't know who you will be when you come back. And then we'll send them on their way with all our best wishes. That would be honest. I've been in graduate school myself, and I've supervised also many grad students. And this is a very good example of the hero's quest, because it's relatively short, like 3 or 4 years, and in that time span there is an obvious transformation that has to occur if this person goes away with a PhD. And so it's interesting, because most of these people, they enter their hero's quest thinking that the prize is that wonderful experimental result that they're going to get, or that beautiful theory that they're gonna work out. They think of this external thing as the prize, and the problems that they're gonna fight are the dragons, so to speak. And in their imagination, they're gonna fight these dragons, defeat these dragons, get that result, publish it in a very famous journal, and be the town hero. That's the Disney version, that's the childhood version of the hero's quest. And most people that I see entering into a graduate program buy totally into that myth, that version of the myth. What happens in reality is that these people, they enter their journey, and yes, they have these difficulties, they have the dragons, And sometimes, not all of them come out of it with what they think they're looking for. Not all of them come out with this prize-winning publication or that amazing experiment. And these people think they've failed their hero's quest because they didn't get that. They didn't get that prize, so they failed. But that perspective is only true if you buy into this childish idea of what the hero's quest is actually about. Because if you didn't, if you knew that the hero's quest is actually about personal transformation, and that this transformation is entirely unpredictable, then the person who at the end says, well, that was kind of fun, but actually I don't want to do science anymore. I want to do art, or I want to go and work with people. They are not failures. They have completed their hero's quest just as well as the one who has the huge publication record and the amazing results. Because they have undergone that transformation that we're talking about. And they're going home with something about themselves that they could not have known at the beginning of the quest. The other consequence of embracing a too simplistic version of the hero's quest is that if you really are following that formula, then there's a chance that you would never actually get out of the quest, in the sense that you keep thinking, okay, I'm going to slay this external dragon and get the external prize and go home a hero. You just do the motions of that, okay, which can in the real world translate to I will hit that particular target and overcome these particular challenges, and then I'm doing well. You never actually get the personal transformation, which is the point, is the inner metamorphosis, if you like, the inner alchemy. If you never go there, then you're going to go home, and yes, you are feted as the hero, but you don't feel like a hero. And so you go again, right? And this time it has to be a bigger dragon, and it has to be bigger prizes. So by trying to maintain the appearance of being this simplistic version of the hero, someone might actually miss out on the real experience of the hero's quest and thus get stuck in it. Because the hero is not meant to stay in the same quest over and over. You know, if you hit your target this year, you're not meant to double your target next year, and that's another hero's quest. That's because what transformation happens there? There is if there's no longer an element of unpredictability and uncertainty, then it's not a hero's quest. A hero's quest is really you're putting yourself in a crisis, and if that's not happening, then it's not a hero's quest. And I see people who are so addicted to the idea of being a hero, and the idea of it, but not the reality of it, which is that the reality of it is to be open to transformation. But if you're addicted to only the idea of being the hero, then it's almost like there's no growth. And you're locked in that loop. Thank you very much for listening, and if you would like to receive updates, please subscribe here.